Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your extended. I want to thank all of you for being here. Thank you for sharing time and space with me. I do appreciate each and every single one of you, whether you're buying this on Patreon or Moments. It does, matter. Let's see, Spirit. Can you tell me? I kind of like what I wanted to start out with is what's blocking your connection for the public reading. I definitely feel like there was definitely toxic karmic energy surrounding the person that you are intertwined with, right? However, it wasn't really made clear. Okay, so we're gonna see what that means. Let's see what's blocking this connection the most. Like, what are the biggest blockages here? We have the well. All right, this person doesn't want to deep dive into their feelings for you. It's interesting because remember their feelings for you were they weren't really there. It's like they see you as beautiful. They see you as like stunning, like oh, they were all sexy. But where were the feelings, right? Right? You notice that splitting apart, right? Exactly. I feel like the biggest block here is that when you've come apart from this person, they stopped wanting to feel their feelings for you. I do feel this if this person acknowledges their true feelings for you, it would make them feel obligated and inspired to take actions towards you, and mentally they're not ready for that. It's like they're too shook, right, by the ending. And I don't think that the ending itself was that bad. I think it was the pain that came after. I hope that I made that clear in your public reading, but it was the pain that came after the connection. Not, a lot of times we don't really feel the pain immediately, right? Not all of it anyway, right? It takes time. You know what I mean? It's like, I guess I would describe it as like, someone dies and then, you pick up something and it's from them, right? It's like a clothing and it just hits you like a tsunami. It's like that. That's what I was picking up, right? It's like this person, like the ending itself was like, I don't know, sad and didn't want it, but it was like, the emotional wave, the tsunami, it came after, and that shook this person to their core. So now it's like, well, I don't really want to feel my feelings for them because then if I did and I know that I'm going to have to take action, I don't want to take action because mentally I cannot do that. I cannot fathom taking actions towards Gemini. Ooh, crazy, isn't it? Some craziness coming through. So, Spring, tell me. Okay. Sorry, that's saying. I think this one was standstill. Again, I feel. Look at this contemplation. Sorry, I have manual focus. With that standstill and that contemplation, your connection's been in separation for a long time. It didn't happen yesterday. It's probably 2 or more plus months here, if I'm being honest with you, of just stagnation and nothing happening. That's one of the biggest blocks now. It's not just, I don't want to really deep dive into my feelings for Gemini. It's not just that. It's also, this has been stuck for a while. It's probably gone and spoiled, right? It's kind of like an expiration date. You have to eat it. Best by an expiration date, and it wasn't done by that Best by the expiration date. It's well past that. It's well beyond that. And now this person looks at the situation. And I think maybe both of you actually, right, and think it's gone. It's taken too long, right? And I think that that's one of the biggest blockages here as well is the stagnation, the delays. A lot of you may have had expectation that this would happen faster, and it hasn't, and it just makes you feel like it's gonna, like it's probably never gonna end. But that's actually one of the laws of the universe, where what begins must complete. It always ends, always, 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 always. So it will end, obviously. This whatever the period this is. It may not end in the time frame that you are hoping for, right? We have conflict. Ooh, this is a big blockage here as well. I think that this has to do with perceptions about the connection, and also how you see things. Remember, the very first message I got was that both you and this person are coming up with crazy narratives, right? That are telling you this, that, and the other. These narratives are not your friend, right? They are protecting you, right? They're keeping you safe. They're keeping you cocooned. They're keeping you from admitting stuff, right? But they're not your friend, right? These are this is kind of like the friend that tells you, like let's say you're telling your friend something, and you're totally in the wrong, and they're like, oh yeah, I totally agree with you. Like, you don't want a friend like that, right? That's what your narratives are doing for you. They're cocooning you into some kind of like encasing that makes you feel like you're right. Abysmal, right? They make you feel like you're right, and vice versa. But in reality, these false narratives, these fears, right? False evidence appearing real. they're not your friend. They're keeping you stuck. And I feel like that's one of the biggest blockages here. And I don't think it's just them. I think it's you as well, right? It's like what you're telling yourself. And when you're, especially when you're not moving in into that compassionate state, that's a problem, right? We have approach. Okay. Okay. Approach as a blockage is interesting. This is advancing, right? This is a warm reception. Will there be a warm reception? Will there be a red carpet, right? Will there that sorry, I heard open door policy. Will there be an open door policy, right? I don't know, right? And that uncertainty with that, the uncertainty, there's a lot. There's even for them. I mean, I know that they have more answers than you do. I know they have more answers than you do, but they don't have that much. So both of you are looking at the situation like, I don't have the answers. Like, I don't know what's going on here. That's the confusion is the blockage. It's a big one too. This isn't a small block here. That's a pretty damn big one. And we also have modesty. Interesting. This has to do with perceptions of self, false perceptions of self. We have opposition and inverse. You both want this, but since the problem is that both of you are so confused and don't know if they're open and receptive, it's leaving your connection very stagnant, stale, and I don't know, stuck, right? Stuck in the mud. With this modesty here as well, I think a lot of you look at yourself, right, and you think they probably don't have feelings for me for this, that, and the other reason. All of this is BS. What love this person feels towards you has nothing to do with your looks, has nothing to do with who you are, has everything to do with the energy that you share between you, right? Energy is the only currency that actually matters in this place, right? And it feels like you may be convincing yourself, well, I look like this, or I'm like this, or I haven't done much in my life. I don't know, right? And you think, well, they probably won't care for me, right? Or they won't think much of me. This actually is a big block here because both of you have a false perception of self. You both are enough. You're perfect, right? You're I won't say you're beautiful, right? You're all that, right? You're everything. You're everything anyone will want, right? That's the same for every single person out there, right? This doesn't make it any less so, right? But it feels like you look at yourself and you don't see what I see. You don't see what beings of light see. You see a false perception of self, probably a usurpation from the ego, both of you. It's not, again, I told you, I was picking up both your energy, and we have two people right here. Two, don't we? Interesting. So it's such a juicy little reading we got here. Okay. Bottom we have is Mary and Maiden. This I don't know who may have had commitments really early in life that you see as Mary and Maiden, they're chained, right? When we commit to ourselves really early on in life and then it blows up, we tend to not want to do that anymore, right? And this person could still be in a connection, for instance, right? But it has nothing to do with that per se. It has everything to do with the fact that I tried, I gave it my all, right? And it blew up in my face, and now I just don't want to try again, right? There's a bit of a pessimism and a bit of being jaded at the same time there, okay? So let's grab some tarot. Now, what we're going to be doing now is their next move towards you. So can I get Gemini's person's next move towards Gemini, Gemini's person's next move towards Gemini. Gemini's person's next move towards Gemini. We have the Nine of Cups coming through. Okay. I do feel that Nine of Cups here, this person is aiming for some kind of wish fulfillment. We have the High Priestess. Okay. Interesting. So they're not talking to people in their life about taking actions towards you, but they are definitely considering it. I do feel this person is going to be reaching out to you in some way, shape, or form. I see communication, likely texts coming through. It's interesting. When you tell people like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You know what? It's like when we have big things planned for us, we typically tell people. Like, I don't know if you noticed, like I tell people I'm working on a workshop, right? Or I have a podcast. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling people something that I'm working on, right? We usually do this. This is typical, right? This person isn't doing that though with you. You are really big though, right? But you're that big thing that they don't talk about. So that's interesting to come through as their very first message on their next move towards you. Is they're definitely going to keep silent to the people around them about you, but they are going to reach out to you. I do feel the King of Cups in its reverse here. It's likely going to come in the cold of night, right? I see it maybe after they've had lots of drink or they are inebriated, liquid courage of some kind as well. Okay, we have Death coming through for the next move. Interesting. They don't want it to end, and they're going to do some last-ditch effort in an attempt to salvage this. But it feels like your connection might be like, I think it's what was is over, right? You have to start from scratch kind of thing. But with that Nine of Wands here, they are surrendering. I see. Look at that. Judgment, and it's reversed here. So this person, are they going to make a move? The Three of Cups. Yes. Okay, yes. Okay, never mind. I was making sure. Because I had Judgment reversed. It's not the energy you want to see. With the Nine of Wands and its reversed here, I do feel this person is surrendering to the fact that they're going to have to make the first move. They do know they have to. Again, it kind of feels like the door is open for them. The path is open for them to do that, more so than you. It feels like they have more to work with, essentially. I don't know. It's like you, it's interesting. It's almost like you're freer. No, maybe you're more receptive. I don't know. It just feels like there's something about you that's more open to this than if it were the other way around. I don't know. It is what it is. But this person with that Nine of Wands here and that Judgment. Let me see. Hold on. Make sure I get this. They are surrendering to the fact that they're going to have to make the first move, and they are going to. Judgment's reversed here. They don't know. Oh, I see. There it is. The Two of Cups is at the bottom. Judgment here with Two of Cups. They don't know if you feel the same. But they are coming in to figure that out. Like I said, the Death was reversed here, and I'm like, okay, I feel like it's over, right? That's the channel message I got. But it's not. It does too, right? But this person, like, okay, I want to make sure, right? I want to make sure it's over. I want to know for sure it's over. I don't want to just assume that and let my mind make that assumption for me. I want to know. I want to hear it from their lips. Wow, some crazy stuff going on right there, okay? Oh, interesting. Let's put this here. So what we're going to do now is, what have they realized? So Spirit, can you tell me, what has Gemini's person realized about Gemini? What has Gemini's person realized about Gemini? What has Gemini's person realized about Gemini? Ghostlands a lot. I do feel here with that Ghostlands here, they were comparing you to some kind of ex of theirs. I don't know what that means exactly, but with that wide open here, now that they've healed and released and dealt with their past, they see you in a different light than they did originally. They were making assumptions. They were judging a book by its cover. You looked like an ex, or you acted like an ex, or you had similar qualities of an ex. Maybe their mama, I suppose, right? Their daddy. May have had some kind of quality from their past, from someone that they despised, that they have not forgiven. So they applied that to you. It doesn't make sense. It's like maybe you were an enigma. I don't know if enigma is quite phrasing it right, but I don't think you knew this person that well. So it was easy to fill in the blanks. It's funny. It's kind of a theme of your reading, isn't it? Because the public reading was all about filling in the blanks, wasn't it? Right? And it's like, that's something that you may both have a habit of doing. Stop doing that. But I feel this is someone who sees you for you now. With that compass here, they see you as their true north. Flying, they see the true you. Again, exactly, right? They see the you for you. What they've realized is that they weren't in the past. Rock bottom. When you hit that bottom, ooh, nice. I love it. I see love rock bottom. You can only go up. This person, they thought other stuff that they went through was bad. But this was real bad. You've put that into perspective. It's actually what's allowed this person to go into their past and think, okay, this isn't so bad. I've survived worse. So what they've realized is, well, for one, you take the cake when it comes to devastating things happening to them. Two, I need to heal my past, and I have healed my past, and I see them as my true north now. There's a lot of appreciation for you, even though this person is scared to face the situation, scared as to face the situation. They still appreciate what you've done for them. Magic stream coming out. Yeah. They know how they got to where they are and what they've done to do it. Very beautiful, by the way. Knowing us, when we have blind spots, sometimes we are oblivious. We just don't get it. We're like, why did this happen to me? Right? We always feel like the victim because there's something we're not seeing, right? If you ever tell yourself something like that, you're not seeing something, all right? Why does this happen to me? When we know everything, then we know everything. You don't ask questions, right? And I feel like this is someone where they looked at the situation and like, why the fuck did this happen to me? I cannot believe this, right? and they weren't seeing it. They had a blind spot. Now they see it all. We have gentle gardener. Okay. Balance going to be home, and it's reverse coming through. Kind of reminds me when you are you leave your parents' home, right, and you come back home and you appreciate them more. This person, when things ended, they didn't appreciate you until they got enough distance and time from you to truly understand the difference between you and everyone else in their life. So that's what they've realized, and it has to do with leaving home. It has to do with leaving something that felt great, safe. Sorry, the word that they're saying is blissful. Security is what they're saying as well. And interesting thing, I have energizing coming through as well. I feel here with the gentle gardener, this in that ghost land, this person really wished that they had cultivated this connection. They didn't, right? Because they were too hung up on their past to do that. Sorry about that, Gemini. I had to pause it for a moment. There was like a low vibrational entity around here. Had to get rid of it. I forgot to set up my Faraday cage before I started working, so I left myself open. So I keep forgetting. BJ, can you remind me when I'm about to work to set up my protections? Always, please. Thank you. Can you do that? He's saying no. I need it if you can. I not every time, but when I'm working and I have not set up my protections. Can you tell me? He's giving me a yes. Okay, there you go. Thank you. All right. Oh, let's do channel messages now. So I'm gonna pull channel messages. I want to know what this person tells others because we actually pulled that. I don't know if you know that, by the way. We pulled that a little bit. They are not talking to anyone about their action they're gonna take towards you, but I do want to know what this person has told others about you. So let's see, Spirit. Can you tell me what has this person's... Okay, I need to heal. Interesting. I do feel this person has told people that they weren't ready for this connection, that they are healing from it in some way, shape, or form as well. Some of you, they may have told others that you need to heal. I don't think that's for most of you, if I'm being honest with you. I gotta be real. Can I be real with you, all of you? I don't think that's what we have here. I think they've told people, I need to heal myself. I need to heal my past. It's funny because that's actually what we ended with, right? Or ended and started with. We have I hope you're waiting for me. I do feel this person tells people, right, that they hope that you are carrying a torch for them. They hope that you are still open and receptive. They hope that you have an open door policy with them, right? That you are gonna allow them back into your life. They would appreciate being back in your life, like greatly as well. They definitely tell people that you've taught them a lot and crucial lessons, brutal but crucial lessons you've taught them. Very beautiful, and that they're coming. Again, I don't think they're telling people they're gonna take actions towards you, but they do tell people that they want you back in their life. That's what they tell people, right? They don't tell people I'm gonna do it, but they do. I don't know who they're confiding in exactly, but they are confiding in someone, right? We have let's make fireworks here. I do feel this person tells people they've never felt something so intense with you that ever, right? We have everyone has an opinion coming through as well. I do feel with this, everyone has an opinion. They tell people about what kind of kept them from going all in, and I do feel like this has to do with because this is a Hierophant, right? I do feel like it has to do with perceptions of self, or maybe what society tells us is the proper way to go about things, because society says this, that, and the other, but all that stuff is junk, right? It's just false teachings, and this person is starting to get what false teachings they have within themselves that kept them from pursuing you fully. And this actually has to do, I feel, for some of you, is like I feel like this person may have had a bruised ego with you. Not gonna be for everyone, but I swear I'm getting this. And it's like, I have a bruised ego, I'm not gonna deal with them anymore, right? And they shouldn't have taken that approach. And they did this because of what society says you should do. Someone does this to you, then you just never talk to them again. You know what I mean? Like some nonsense like that. I don't know. Or maybe let's say you cut them out. They're like, I'll never talk to them again. If someone ever cuts me out, I'll never talk to them again. I will never, ever, ever talk to them, no matter what, even if I see them, right? And they may have said that to themselves a long time ago, made a vow or some shit like that, right? And now they're looking at that. I shouldn't have done that. I hope that makes sense. But that it's something that they tell people. I shouldn't have done that. We have you deserve someone better than me. Interesting. Let's get one more. And we have I can't make a move towards you right now. Again, this person, they tell people they want to, but they can't. I do feel they're rewriting their history. I do feel they're uh, healing their history as well, right? You know, dealing with their history, dealing with their past, dealing with the ghost of their past right now as well. They are coming back around though. I clarified it with their next move towards you. Again, just want to make sure, but they are coming back around. That's what they're saying. Okay. Whew. So let's see. Let's see. What's the guidance, please, for Gemini? What is your guidance for Gemini? Guidance for Gemini for the viewers. Fear. Ooh, interesting. I feel like this has to do with like your worst fears coming to life, right? We have humor. Okay. Let's see. Loneliness. Yes. Yeah. Fear of being alone. Just hold on. Let's see one more. Service. Okay. Bottom's gonna be perseverance. I feel like there is a fear that you have. It's like the worst fear you could possibly imagine. And you might actually be in the middle of dealing with that. You know, all too often, we don't get to... Karma's changed, right? You know, before you could just die with something and never had to deal with it, right? You just had to deal with it in the next life, right? But karma is changed to instant karma. We now have to deal with every single karmic issue that comes up. We cannot move past something without forgiving. It's like it's impossible now because karma has shifted into instant karma. I feel like there's a fear here about being alone, a fear here about you not getting this, right? This thing that you want. It feels like you want a level of intimacy, fulfillment, right? Love, happiness, right? Or happiness from love, right? There's something like that you want, and there's a fear in your heart, in your core, that's scared that that won't happen now, right? And the message here is that you're gonna have to face that fear. You're gonna live through it. You will survive the process, but you're gonna have to face it. Okay. It does feel like this is karma because karma is different now. You have to deal with this fear. The things are not like they used to be, right? I don't know if you noticed, but everything's changing. Like the entire spiritual community, they don't say the same things anymore. Right? Everything's different now. Everyone's saying more different stuff because there's been shifts, right? Changes. I do offer a healing service that can rewrite your karmic experience. If you are interested in that, you can check it out in my healing session as well. But I have I can do this, by the way. But the only way for you to get through this is to face it, okay? So I'm gonna leave it there. I want to thank Gemini for being here. Thank you for purchasing this, and take care. Bye.